Hi teachers, and welcome to my channel, the best place for you that are looking for tips, ideas, recommendations, suggestions for your language lessons. I'm Mary, and today I'm adding one more video to my speaking activities collection. So you can find similar videos here. The activities in this video are for beginners, but remember they're very adaptable. So you can use them for one-to-one lessons, group lessons, face-to-face, or online lessons. Well, so no blah, blah, blah. Let's just jump into the first activity, which I call ordering comic strips. So for this activity, you just have to go on Google and look for some short comic strips. And before the class, you have to mess the vignettes a bit. So they're not in order. They're not in the right order. Obviously, you have to mind the type of vocabulary and grammar that is involved there. So for example, this one, I really like it for beginners because we've got parts of the body. You see eyes or cheeks or mouth and teeth. And you've got present simple here. So before trying to reorder them, you go through the vocabulary, you talk to the student and you make sure they understood the words that are there, and then you are going to try to reorder this. So leave the first one there, you know, so don't put the wrong one in the first vignette, and so they can know how the story started. So basically this one, she was sleeping and then she said, "Yes, mom." If she said, "Yes, mom," what happened? So the student needs to come up with, well, probably someone called her name. Yes, that's it. Someone called her name. So this is the second one. Okay, so that's the first, that's the second, probably this is the third one, and so on. After you've done that, show the student the right one and ask the student to comment on it. So I've got another example here with only 4 vignettes. So you can basically adapt this to your students. So talking about the second activity, we are going to start with the very basic matching answers and questions. So we've got questions, basic questions on one side and the answers on the other side. And you're going to go through the questions and the answers and you are going to ask the students to match them. So for example, what's his surname? Well, his surname is Garcia. Or where is he from? He's from Mexico. So this is very basic. We all know this thing, but the surprising element is that after we've done this, after we matched all the questions, we are going to show the students a photo and we are going to try to verify if the answers were correct. So for example, here, they were saying that the guy, look, does he have a car? He doesn't have a car. And what can you see here? Well, probably he has a car, right? So the student needs to tell you that. And then you go, okay, so they said he was happy today, or he's upset today. What is the truth? Does he look happy? So why? And then the student can come up with the answers. So another thing, they said he's from Mexico, but I don't think so because we can see snow here. So probably he's not in Mexico. Also good practice for auxiliary, simple present, basic vocabulary and basic structures, okay, apart from the questions. So talking about the third activity, let's call it playing with negativity. This is one of these activities that are very basic yet very effective. So I really like it. You are going to give your students some time to write, they have to write sentences about themselves, and the sentences need to be affirmative. So for example, I like dogs, I sleep a lot, or I love pizza. Okay, so after they wrote the sentences down, they will have to give you the sentences, but in the negative form. So I don't like pizza, I don't like or I don't love dogs, and I don't sleep a lot. The thing is, this is a lie because they do like, so it's a bit tricky for the brain. You are going to ask them questions assuming the negative is the right thing. So, oh, you don't like dogs, but why? And they will go like, no, but I do like dogs. So they have to think to answer, you know, to you using the negative thing. So actually they are lying about their statements. They are lying about their preferences. And this really makes them want to talk because they want to defend their point of view. So talking about activity number 4, I call it shadow reading. I think, you know, at this stage of learning, students do need a lot of reading aloud, you know, so they can notice the patterns of pronunciation, intonation. So basically what we have to do is to find a short video and with the structure or the type of vocabulary that you are teaching your students at the moment. So for example, this one is about comparatives and superlatives from the British Council website. So before watching the video together, you are going to show the students students the transcript. Okay, so you go through the transcript, you go through the words that they don't know, and then you are going to show the students the video. So after doing the two things, you are going to tell them that the next time you watch the video, he is going to be reading the transcript aloud. So the video is going to be on mute, right? Obviously, the student needs to take a photo, or you send a screenshot, or if you're teaching face to face, you just have to print the thing out, the transcript out, and you are going to ask the student to read while you watch the video together. Okay, so at the same time that the lady is talking, the students are going to be talking as if they were the person in the video. So activity number 5 is dialogue substitution drills. So basically, you're going to show your students basic short dialogue with some questions. So where do you live? I live in Cape Town. Where is Cape Town? It's in South Africa. So after practicing the dialogue with them, they will have to change some elements of the sentences. So for example, the first one, instead of asking where do you live, they can ask where does she live? So in this case, they changes the auxiliary and they changes the pronoun. So where does she live? Well, she lives in Edinburgh. Where is Edinburgh? It is in Scotland. So you see, it's a change. So it depends if you are doing private lessons, just one-to-one lessons, you are going to be doing together with the student, or in case you are in face-to-face setting, you can just put them to work in pairs, and they will have to substitute until the dialogue is completely changed. So for activity number 6, we've got the well-known say it happily. So again, we are going to be working with dialogue. So first thing, you can go through the dialogue with the student. So where are you going? I have to walk the dog. What kind of dog do you have? But then the student will have, both you and the student, if you're doing one-to-one or students by themselves, they will have to go through the dialogue, but using a specific intonation. So to start with, you can ask them to read the dialogue as if they were sad. So they have to say, where are you going? Well, I have to walk the dog. What kind of dog do you have? And so on. Okay, so it is so funny, believe me, they really like it, especially when you ask them to do it in like a happy way. So where are you going? Well, I have to walk the dog. Some students, they just get shy because they feel some of them, they don't notice the change in intonation, comparing their language to English. So they feel a bit, they have to act, and it is a fun one. And and it can show students the importance of intonation and saying the things like in the right way. Otherwise, you can give the same sentences different meanings, just by changing intonation. So I've got another example here, like, oh, let's go to the park. Yeah, that's a great idea. I love walking there. So try it, believe me, it's a fun one. For activity number 7, we've got what were you doing? Although you can use this for the future or for the present as well. So you've got some times there, yesterday at 7, this time last year, on your last birthday, and the students need to come up with questions. So what were you doing yesterday at 7? Okay, so that's the first part. They have to create, create the questions. So actually, I don't remember. Yesterday at 7, I was teaching, and it was Saturday. Okay, so this is how hardworking I am, just for you to see. So basically, they have to answer, and they are going to practice a lot of past continuous. So I was walking, I was working, I was studying. Or this time last year, what were you doing? Well, this time last year, it was, I don't remember really. So it's a good thing because you make them think, and at the same time, they can practice some language, and you can talk about the future as well. So in 2025, I will be doing, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. This is in 5 years. What is the year? Oh my God. Activity number 8 is how are you feeling today? By the way, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling very excited, full of energy. You cannot even imagine. So actually, I'm happy if you've made it this far. It's because you like my idea. So I'm supposed to ask you to subscribe to my channel and give me a like. Okay, so yeah, do it please. Well, you've got photo, you've got the list of adjectives there, and you've got a photo, and this couldn't get any easier. Basically, you go through the adjectives, you make sure the student understands, if they represent bad things or good things. So for example, maybe they don't know what upset is. So you're just going to make gestures or give them some basic examples, and then they have to comment on the photo. So this guy is feeling happy, or this guy was hungry, but now he's eating. So you say, so we've got again the continuous tenses and basic vocabulary. So you can start with the list. So we can try, for example, with another one. So this girl looks bored, or this girl looks tired. And after they really manage, they really understand the adjectives and they can remember them, you can just show the photos and they have to come up with the adjectives. Okay, so this guy looks, I don't know, upset or enthusiastic. Well, we didn't have this one on the list, but well, just this one is easier. So she looks sad. That's it. Okay, and if they are not absolute beginners, you can also ask them why. So why do you think she's sad? So maybe she broke up. Well, this is a phrasal verb, so they're not going to know. So maybe she is sad because she lost her dog. That's a good one. Activity number 9 is tell me your secrets. We all have secrets, don't we? So as Shakira said, sometimes I don't shower on Sundays. No judgment, So that's a secret. It's not a secret anymore, but yet it was. So you are going to ask your student to write secret down. Obviously, nothing very serious, but you're going to ask your students first. So you can model the activity and they can understand what they have to do. And then they will have to ask you the questions, for them to try to guess what your secret is. So questions could include things such as, is this about your family? Or is this something that you did in the past? Or something that is happening right now. Okay, so they have to come up with these questions. Obviously, you are going to help them if they are very basic. You can write all the questions there so they know how to create them. And at the end, well, you choose if you tell them the truth or not. But ideally, I would say write the secret in a piece of paper and then show them so they can feel that it's true. You are not just making things up. Well, the last one, number 10, is the yes or no game. So this is older than my grandmother, but you are going to thank me for that because it is very simple. So basically, you ask students questions and they cannot say yes or no. So this for basic students is quite difficult and sometimes quite tricky. So for example, are you a teacher? And the student needs to come up with something like, I am a student, instead of no, I'm not a teacher. Or are you from France? Well, I was born in Spain, not in France. Oh, you said not, so we have to start again. Okay, so this is simple, but it works very well, and they pay attention and they really concentrate to try to find the right words. So a nice one. My beautiful human beings, that's it for today. I hope your beginners become intermediate students very soon so you can watch the rest of my playlist. Happy teaching!